got tagged a bunch of times in the video where the funny guy from Superstore is saying that he wants to start making vinegar. I'll show you guys how to make vinegar. It's so easy. It's actually so easy. It's as easy as sourdough. It's easier than sourdough because no, I'm gonna show you. Make vinegar, all you need is fruit scraps, sugar, and water. If your water has a lot of like chlorine and chemicals, like if you're on like city water, you might want to filter it. You can make it from frozen fruit. I'm gonna do a blueberry vinegar because I haven't tried that kind yet. And you want to do about 1/3 of whatever container you're using with fruit. Like that's actually a little bit too much. You can totally mix fruits too, which is fine. So this is just gonna be a blueberry. You just add some sugar, like a couple tablespoons. And this isn't going to be full of sugar because the yeast eats the sugar. That's what feeds the yeast and makes the vinegar. So this is not a sugary product. This is just the process of making vinegar. And no, you can't use a sugar substitute. And you fill it and you want to save some room at the top because it's going to like bubble up when it ferments and it'll overflow. This is also important. You do not put a lid on your jar. You're going to use a paper towel or a coffee filter because you need to have air circulating, and you are just going to make sure that you stir this every day, a couple times a day. You can even just come over and swish it. That will keep mold from forming. And then I label what kind of fruit it is and the day I started it so that I can keep track of how long it's taking. Depending on the temperature, it's gonna like ferment faster or slower. It usually takes about a week for the bubbles to slow down, but I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. This is just the first step. So do that. So I'm gonna write blueberry and then today's date. And then you can set this wherever you want, like, you know, if you want to put it in the pantry, but just make sure you have an alarm or something so you remember to stir it once or twice a day. I like to set it on my counter right where I'm going to see it so I don't forget about it, because once you forget about it and it grows mold, it's all over. Another way you can make vinegar is with dried fruit. So I have some dates. I'm going to take the pits out and we're going to make it into vinegar. Same thing, give it a stir, put the coffee filter on it, put the date on it. Lastly, fresh fruit. I have these strawberries and they're like going bad, so I'm gonna take the ones that haven't got mold on them and we're gonna make them into vinegar. I'm actually gonna dump these strawberries and frozen pineapple. This is like my pineapple scraps from when I cut up pineapples. Everyone asked me what I was gonna do with that. This bag is getting turned into vinegar. Pineapple vinegar is freaking delicious. I use it to make pickled onions. This one is gonna be a pineapple strawberry, and I have a feeling it's gonna be very fragrant. So now I have 3 new vinegars. And you can see there's a lot of like bubbles. I've been stirring these twice a day just to make sure no mold grows. You can also just like, if you're lazy, walk by and just do that. Just do that. Also, you can see the yeast is doing its thing. It's fizzy. If you make pineapple vinegar, it's always gonna be like extra bubbly, but everyone is doing great. Everyone is thriving. So that's 5-day check-in. I would say in a couple more days, all the bubbles and the yeast, it's gonna die down and it's gonna become flat. You're gonna let it sit like that for like a week and then you're gonna strain it. So we'll check back in when I strain them. I just realized I have an apple cider vinegar that I started in December, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Ignore the mess here. I'm making sourdough, but this one I started in December and it's just been sitting and aging for probably 4 months now. It smells really good. It smells like apple cider vinegar. It looks like it has a mother going. So I'm gonna transfer it to this clean jar and we're gonna put a lid on it. There she is. I promise you guys, once you start making vinegar out of your fruit scraps, you're going to become like addicted to it. I have so many vinegars. So it's been a little bit over 3.5 weeks since we started these vinegars, and they are fully ready to strain. And you can tell because the fruit starts sinking to the bottom, and when you stir it, it doesn't like fizz up. So I'll show you. So this is the blueberry. When I stir it, there's no fizz. So we're going to strain that. I just saved the tag so I can put it on the new jar so I remember when I made it. Pineapple, sometimes there's going to be a white film on your vinegar. It's totally fine. It's harmless. And you're just going to let these sit for like a month, and then you can like smell if they smell like vinegar. You can taste them. You can get like the testing strips if you want. I just let them age until they start smelling like vinegar, and then I just forget about them. I basically just forget about them and they turn into vinegar, and then I remember and I put them in my cupboard. But once they're vinegar, once they actually are vinegar and smell like vinegar and taste like vinegar, you put a lid on it and you keep it where you keep your vinegar. And that's how you make vinegar. And I'm pretty sure you can make vinegar out of any fruit. I don't know. I haven't tried. I have a lot of fruits. I'll show you my vinegar collection eventually.